Officer Sanchez crushed my hand in the chow line and sneered. Did I say you could *ing eat? Can you imagine walking into a maximum security prison, faking a drug addiction, knowing that if even one guard saw through your act, you wouldn't just be exposed, you'd be next on their kill list? That's exactly what I did, and what happened inside still haunts my nightmares. I showed up at Central State Correctional with fake needle marks, my hair reeking of stale cigarette smoke. My officer, Sanchez, walked me through, and I twitched behind him, playing the strung-out junkie to perfection. The intake officer barely glanced up. Another tweaker, he grumbled, shoving an orange jumpsuit across the counter. Cell block D. D block. The infamous block where 14 young inmates had died in 6 months, all conveniently ruled sewer slides or overdoses. I had one rule, just one: don't let them get to the FBI wire sewn into my shoes. Officer Sanchez grabbed my arm, his fingers digging into my skin. Junkies always cause problems, he announced to the other guards. This one's already shaking. Perfect. My manufactured tremors would cover any real nervousness as I tried to document how these men kept dying on their watch. The processing room reeked of bleach and desperation. Sanchez shoved me against a wall for a strip search, laughing when I stumbled. Can't even stand straight, he sneered. How long before this one's in withdrawal? Officer Kent joined him, both treating me like I was contagious. Put him in the junkie cell, Kent said. Let Lamar deal with another mouth to feed. They assigned me to D Block's worst cell, a concrete box with mysterious stains on the walls. My cellmate, Carlos, whispered that the last 3 guys in the spunk hadn't lasted a month. They OD'd, he said, making air quotes, but they weren't even users. It sent a shiver down my spine. At dinner, the guards' priorities were crystal clear. While general population got decent food, D Block inmates got whatever scraps were left. Officer Sanchez walked the line, kicking trays when inmates reached for them. Junkies don't deserve hot food, he declared. When I tried to grab a piece of bread, he stomped on my hand. Did I say you could effing eat? My teeth clenched. That wire in my shoe recorded every single word. The next morning revealed the real, horrifying operation. During count, Sanchez and Kemp pulled 2 inmates from their cells. Medical evaluation, they announced, but through the bars, I watched them lead the men to a storage room, not the infirmary. For 20 agonizing minutes, the air was thick with screams. Then, an unbearable silence fell. At lunch, those bunks were empty. Heart attacks, Sanchez told everyone with a smirk. Substances are dangerous. It was sickeningly clear they were targeting the vulnerable, addicts with no family, mentally ill inmates, anyone who wouldn't be missed. Sanchez made a game of denying medication. You want your methadone? He'd taunt, holding the cup just out of reach. Beg for it. When inmates collapsed from withdrawal, he'd step right over them. Natural selection, he'd say. Officer Kent was even worse. He'd visit cells after lights out, flashlight in one hand, baton in the other. Bed check, he'd announce, but we all knew better. He'd pick an inmate, always the weakest ones, and drag them out. They'd return hours later, bruised and silent. Some never returned at all. On day 4, they escalated with me. Sanchez and then, the part that shocked everyone, watch full story.